Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time again to review Mob Psycho 100, Episode 7. Yes, today we're carrying on as Reagan and Mob's relationship boils down into muck, I guess you could say. So yes, I have to say this now. I think this is in my top, at least top five animes of all time. I'm really enjoying it. Episode 5 was my favorite anime episode of all time. I know a lot of people are saying that as either, but I personally, or for me, it was episode 5 of Mob Psycho 100, episode 5, season 2, sorry. But yeah, episode 7 review. If you haven't watched it, go and do it right now. Anyways, yeah, so Reagan is on a on their TV show as he goes into the as he's on the TV show. Remember last week, Judo, the dude who's like the master of like psychic or whatever, wants him to pay, and in fact before that, the dude from episode 2 was like helping Mob and that fight these like monsters or whatever. They go and he appears before and he sees us on TV and he's shocked like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And that sort of thing. So yeah, they get on TV and then they start asking Reagan questions. And so yeah, as Judo knows, as he's a fake, he knows what to expect to happen, and he goes down like there. His list of accomplishments, and Reagan says like he beat that dude off that game. I believe that's what it is anyway. I can't remember, but yeah, but yeah, and then everyone's like, oh, and he's like acting real cocky about it and that sort of thing. So they bring this kid out, and they want the Judo or whatever his name is to do the exorcism for him, so on live TV. But they persuade and say to Reagan, "Oh yeah, you could do it yourself, just to show off your skills, like acting like he's doing a privilege, just doing him a favor, sort of thing." And so yeah, then Reagan's like, no, well, thinking in his head, like, no, I thought I was just answering questions in his head, that is. But then he doesn't want to look like an idiot, so he gets up and has look, and he thinks about the script and stuff, like okay, this boy's just an actor. He'll basically like rise up and like basically say he does then goes through a montage, that sort of thing, like, and goes through all the attacks that Reagan goes through, like all of these special techniques and stuff, and everyone's just like confused, like why isn't he like not exercised him yet? And he's just getting confused. It's very funny. And so yeah, then it stops, and he's like, it's just impossible. Like there's no way in hell that we can help this kid. And so yeah, and then everyone starts questioning him, like, are you a real sidekick and that sort of thing. And then and he starts to sweat, and he's like, everyone's like on his case. And then yeah, and then he says, oh, who was the ghost and stuff that you saw, because obviously sidekicks see ghosts and that sort of thing. And he was like, and he looked around, and he saw a guy's t-shirt, and he said, Beethoven. Everyone laughed their asses off, and then it turns out that the kid is a actor, and everyone's like, and he was like, Reagan was like, oh crap, oh god, God's like, and he just looks like a complete fake, and that sort of thing, and it's not a really good look for Reagan. So yeah, then he's left embarrassed in front of the whole crowd. And then then it cuts to another montage of loads of people that he's worked with and stuff, like saying, oh, was we sconned, or we con were we conned, and that sort of thing. And it's going around like, and then it goes back to Reigen in this room, and he just like, and he shows his like the depression and stuff, and like all the pain he's going through, and so yeah, and he's like. He's like, I was like, oh crap, what do I do? What do I do now? I was thinking to myself, like, you got, like, if I was in this situation, I'll just like play on it, as make the most of it. Do you know what I mean? Like just try and turn the tables around or something like that, instead of just worrying about it. But then when he walks around, when he even goes to the bar to see his friends and stuff, he just like, and it just tell him to go away because they don't trust him or anything. So then he walks back to his house, and then he just sees a load of like press and stuff like stalking his house, and then they start chasing after him, and so yeah. Then it does have a scene with Mob and this one of his new friends, and they start talking about like what like him and stuff, like, oh, didn't you work for him and stuff, and like, only a con. And he was like, nah, he's not a con, this is part of his master plan, and that sort of thing. And so yeah, the press were chasing him, catched up to him, and they asked if he wanted to do a press conference to see of like why he's such a liar, why he's such a scam or whatever. So yeah. So yeah, then he agrees, and then he goes on to the thing, and like, but before that, he did have like a bit like, oh, they're spreading fake news about me, but like, he's a scam artist, so what do you expect? Like, there's not really much you can really do at that point. But anyway, he goes on to say like, what do you call it? He goes on to do, goes on to do the press conference, obviously, and he tries to play it smart, and just goes no comment, and then starts asking questions and giving him a mixture of questions, and like basically saying the truth of what's happened and stuff. They're not really asking him the right questions to like catch him out or anything. They don't really know what to ask, so don't really blame him. Yeah. And then it cuts to this like very like humbling scene. One of the press people asking, "Oh, do you want?" You said in your college essay that you wanted to be somebody, and he goes back and like thinks about like, how he got to this stage, and yeah, like 3 years ago, we didn't even know what to do, and he was like, because obviously he must have advertised like he's a psychic, and then we get a 11-year-old mob like come in and ask him, like say to him basically, oh, I've got psychic powers as well, no one understands me. He thinks it's a prank at first, but he starts asking him about stuff and like just asking him questions and that sort of thing, and it just that's when they created a real bond. And then they go, and then Reagan was about to drop something, I believe like a cup of soup or whatever, and then Mob grabs it with his psychic powers and then brings it back, and he realizes then how much of a dick he was being to Mob and stuff, and then he snaps back into consciousness, and he like, he doesn't just like, when he went in like a phase or whatever, he just like sees some sense, and says like things to himself like, I wonder if Mob's watching. Like, most likely he is. And he says like, you really grown up, ain't you? And then the room starts shaking, and then like all the cameras and stuff, they start shaking and that sort of thing, and just looks at him, and he's like going crazy, and Reagan's just like chilling there, like, and like, oh yes, and I'm not a scam, am I? And like, oh, the music starts playing, like Mob's like battle music starts playing. It's just epic all around, and so yeah, and then he says, that's my proof, goodbye, see you later, don't bother me again. And then yeah, and then cuts to the end, or like last moments of the episode, and Mob like goes, and then Mob goes and says, and then they don't clash, they like bump into each other sort of thing, and Mob like basically says like, oh, Mob was like almost was like, he was about to say like, oh, I've known what you're like ever since the beginning, but it turns out that he just like he just wanted, and then he just says like, I've always known that you're a genuinely nice guy, and it's weird, like Mob Psycho 100 can make you like feel sorry for a scam artist, basically, make you happy for him that he's like regain his friendship and that sort of thing. And yeah, it's just like what it's just like just keeps getting Mob Psycho 100 keeps getting better and better throughout the episodes, and I think yeah, this will probably be my second favorite anime. I don't think it'll be better than Hunter, but yeah, I'm very happy with this anime regardless. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is go watch the episode again, like always after like watch it first time round, and then just write notes and stuff like second time round, because I want to enjoy the episode itself. Like I don't want to be sitting here analysing everything. Like, well, when I watch it, I think they like just put a bit of a backbone into his reviews. But yeah, I'll be reviewing more Mob Psycho 100 and The Promised Neverland in the future. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for putting up with me. This is boy Luffy Murdoch, and I'll see you next time. Please don't forget to subscribe. It'll be mean a lot because I don't get a lot of subscribers. But yeah, see you next time. Bye.